hope you're having a great magical day where you are, as I'm having a good day where I am. Today we're going to be doing 2 Christmas wreaths. I'm going to be putting one up in the breakfast area of my kitchen, and then I'm going to be hanging one up over the fireplace. Last year over the fireplace I did a gingerbread themed wreath. This year I decided to do a Disney one, and I thought that I would do a tutorial with you on that particular wreath. The one that's going to be hanging up in the dining room is, or I should say the breakfast area, is going to be a snowman slash Santa Claus wreath. That one I'm not going to show you how I assemble, but I will show you the end result of the wreath itself. The Disney one though, I'll go over with y'all and share with y'all how I assemble it and give y'all a couple of little tips. And later this afternoon when Dan gets home from work, we'll hang it over the fireplace mantle. Let me show you the 2 wreaths really quick that I'll be working with today, so you kind of have an idea. And I don't know the exact measurements of them, so I can't tell you that, but I can at least show you the 2 types of wreaths that I'm going to be working with today. So the wreath that is actually on the pedestal over here, that one is going to be the snowman and Santa Claus wreath that's going to go in the kitchen area of our home. And then this big one over here is the one that I had last year that hung over the mantle, and that is going to be the Disney wreath that I'm going to do. So as you can see, this one is a little bit bigger. I don't know the measurements, so I do apologize. And I don't know the measurements of this one. I apologize. It's actually not on the tags, so I can't, you know, say what size they are. But these are the 2 that I'm going to be working on today. It kind of looks like a crazy zoo right now because I have tons of deco mesh out, but I'm getting started on my Disney wreath. I just finished the snowman and Santa Claus one. I'll show you that in a little bit. But I cut out these 10-inch squares right here, and I did the same thing with this deco mesh. And all I'm going to do is take it and I'm just going to gather it in the middle like this. Just gather, 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 until you get like what I would call a little fan bow maybe. I don't know if y'all can see that, but it's just like this little fan bow. And then I'm going to take this one, okay? And again, I'm just gonna gather it in the middle. I gotta do this one with one hand because I'm holding this one. So this can be a little tricky. And I'm gonna gather that one like that. Hopefully y'all can see that. And I'm gonna put them together, join them together, and it's gonna look something like this, okay? And then I'm gonna go put it on the wreath and show you how I do that. So guys, I took those 2 pieces, I stuffed them in here, and I just twist tied. I used the stems on this wreath to twist tie. So there is that piece of deco mesh, and then there is this piece of deco mesh. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna fill up this whole entire wreath with these little pieces of deco mesh. It's gonna take me some time, but I'm gonna do that, and then I'll come back and show you the end result of how full this will look by just creating these little tiny little deco mesh bow ties. Here's a glimpse of how it's coming along. I still have to do all the way down on both sides. I don't know if I'm necessarily going to get everything done today on this Disney wreath because this wreath is so big, but guys, you will definitely see it come together. So guys, I definitely wanted to show y'all how it came out, putting all the deco mesh on it. It was a little time consuming. It did take quite a bit of time. It took me roughly about 2.5 hours to get all of this done, but I think it came out really beautiful. I'm gonna go on ahead and I'm gonna start to cut my ribbon, and I'm gonna show you how I do that and how I get that on the wreath. This is the ribbon that I chose to work with this wreath that I'm going to be doing. I went on ahead and more or less picked a polka dotted theme throughout all the ribbons. They're all different and unique in their own way, but they're very consistent in polka dots. And these two, for example, have similar patterns, just different color schemes. This one I'm going to be using to make the bow, which is the big bow on the wreath. And then these two I'm going to be placing within the wreath. I'm going to be cutting these to about 13 inches long, and I'm going to show you how I place these in there. I'm going to put this one off to the side because I'm going to use this one to make my bow. I'm going to use these two to intertwine it within the wreath. Now what I do is, this is just a little tip, it's up to you, but I always get some practice ribbon, which I have some scraps here. And what I do is I cut 1 to 12 inches and I cut another one to 13, and then I placed both of them inside the wreath to kind of get an idea which one was the better length, and I decided to go with the 13 inch one. So what I do is I just take my ribbon, fold it out, because this gets tucked under when you buy it. So you want to make sure you fold it out, and I just measure out to 13 inches because that's the length I decided to go with. And I just snip right there. And then I do another one at 13 inches. And guys, I got to make a whole bunch of these. So I'm just going to do one set with y'all for right now instead of doing each and every one with y'all, because it's going to take me some time. I'm actually filming this on day 2 because I've been so busy. I have not been able to work on the wreath totally for an entire day. I just flip this over, okay? And I'm gonna go on ahead and I'm just gonna make little mermaid tails or fish tails, whatever, you know, everybody calls them something different. But right here, I have my little tails. Now you don't have to make those if you want. You can leave a free edge, okay? And then I'm gonna do this side over here. Okay, and then I'm gonna snip over here. This is such beautiful ribbon. I love the sparkly polka dots. Okay, so I did this one too. Again, I cut these to 13 inches, and we're gonna go on ahead and I'm gonna gather them like this. Oh, move that back. I'm gonna gather it like this, okay? And then I'm gonna take this one and I'm gonna gather this one the same way in the middle. Just kind of fan it together like that. And then I'm gonna cross them. This is how I like to do it. Give them a pinch in the middle, and then I'm gonna go put it on the wreath. So I got a piece of my wreath right here. I'm gonna go on ahead and I'm gonna untie this just a little bit, okay? And I'm just gonna stick this in there. I'm gonna tuck it in, that's all I'm doing, and then I'm gonna retie it. Just give it a little twist, guys, a little twist. See how I twist that? Okay, and then I'm gonna come in here and I'm just gonna fluff these out. Fix that a little bit. Whoops, this way, messed that up. Okay, go that way. I want this to kind of cross over like this. And you just play with it. That's all you do. And there I have that all done up. And now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go around the entire wreath for y'all, and then I'll show you how it looks. I wanted to show y'all this ribbon really quick. When I was cutting up my ribbon, I came across this in my Christmas ribbon box, and I think I'm going to go on ahead and intertwine this somehow also with the other 3 ribbons I showed y'all. So when you see the finished result, if you're wanting to know where this ribbon came from, it's because I decided to add a little bit of this one because I loved all the little polka dots and little stripes in this one as well. I am on day 3 of working on this wreath because I'm really having to divide my time up between work, family, and doing this enormous Disney wreath. So guys, I've already cut these up into 13 inches, if you remember, and I've already placed them on the wreath. So that part is all done, and I will show y'all that in a little bit. Right now I am going to make the bow using this ribbon right here. And one of you had asked if I would show you how I use my Bowdabra. In the comment section, one of the Mouseketeers said, next time you make a bow, could you please show us how you do it with the Bowdabra? Now I have two bow making systems. When I am doing a single bow, I just use my Bowdabra, and then I have another bow system, and I actually showed y'all that in a shopping haul that I did last year. And I use that when I want to use like multi colored, you know, different styles of ribbon. So like if I was making a bow and I wanted to use these two plus this one and use all of three of these to make a bow, I would use that type of bow system because it allows me to do that much easier than the Bowdabra. But we're going to do the Bowdabra today, and you're going to see how it works, and then we'll go on ahead and put that bow on there. I did already put my Mickey and my Minnie Mouse on there. I went on ahead and I zip tied them with zip ties because, as you know, I do not like to use hot glue. So I use zip ties. But right now let's work on the bow and assemble that. I have my Bowdabra out, guys. I want to turn it horizontal. This way is vertical, this way is horizontal. I want to turn it horizontal so I can install the wire, floral wire that I'm going to use. The floral wire is what's going to hold the ribbon together. I just pick up a pack, very inexpensive, at Hobby Lobby. What I do is I fold it in half evenly, and I have like this little hook right here. And then over here, I have the two pieces. I don't know if y'all can tell, but I have the two pieces on this side. I place it in the middle between these two slots. I just place it in there and sit it down. Then I turn it vertically. When you're going to do your ribbon, you want to turn your Bowdabra vertically rather than keeping it horizontal, because you don't want your ribbon to go this way length. You want it vertical, okay, and going back and forth. I have this ribbon that I'm using right here, okay? I want my ribbon to have a tail. If you don't want your ribbon to have two tails, then you can just start at the end. If you want your ribbon to have two tails, then grab your ribbon and just fold it under, like I did there, okay? The more you fold under, the longer the tail will be. The less you fold under, the shorter the tail will be. So it's up to you how long you want your tail to be. I don't twist it or anything. I don't. I just slide it right in like that, okay? I make sure that both pieces catch, okay? You wanna make sure both pieces catch. Okay. Now, my ribbon, this way, sorry. Okay, my ribbon, make sure that your first piece of ribbon is wrong side up. See the pattern? It's on the wrong side. This is the shiny one. I want it wrong side up because when I fold it over, then it will be right side up. So I take my first piece, here's my spool, I transfer it over to this side, and in order to get it wrong side up again, because right now it's right side up, I take the side, okay, that has the spool, and that's the side I'm going to twist. So I have to determine how long I want my first loop. So I want it about right there. That looks good to me. So I take it and I gather it. That's all I did. I just gathered it. With this hand, I twist. And I place that twist in between those two little brackets, and I slide it down, just like that. And then right here, I have my first loop. Right there's my first loop. If I want it to be longer, then I just make it bigger. If I want it to be shorter, then I just shrink it down. Now, after I looped it, if you noted, or tied it off, after, I should say twist, sorry, it's wrong side up again. I want to make it right side up. Take my spool, transfer it over. Get it back over to your other side. There it is, right side up. I take it, I make sure that this side is gonna be even with this loop. I don't want this one longer and this one shorter, or this one shorter and this one longer. I wanna get them as even as possible. So let's say I make it too short and it's like this. See, this side is longer than this. No big deal. All you do is pick it back up and reposition. So that looks pretty good to me. So I gather it. On the side of the spool is the side that I twist. I twist and I place it down. Okay? Now again, I just kind of position it and it's wrong side up. Move it over and I twist again. Keeping my ribbon somewhat even, okay? I want to keep it somewhat even. As you can see though, I'm slowly going to be working myself up, and as I work the ribbon up, it's going to get a little shorter, and a little shorter, okay? So one more time I'll show you. So I'll take it, gotta position it, move it over, and I will twist again. Squeeze, twist, slide it in. And I'm gonna keep going back and forth with that, guys, and then I'll come back and show you how I lift it up out of the Bowdabra, tie it off, and fluff it out. I'm getting ready to finish my very last loop. I've decided I wanna stop right here. As you can see, I kind of have them all stacked up on both sides, okay? This little tool right here, guys, that came with my Bowdabra, I always just slide it down the middle and I push down on it to make sure that it all stays gathered. I use it throughout the assembly process of looping these. I don't know if every Bowdabra comes with this, but mine did. On my last loop, guys, all I do is I just push it down. I don't twist, okay? I don't twist this. I'm not gonna twist it. I'm just gonna push down. I'm gonna take my scissors, because I'll show you later what I'm gonna do with it. I cut it long, I do not cut it short, and I cut it about right there, okay? Then I take this again one more time and I push down, okay? Then I turn it back to horizontal. I went from vertical to horizontal. I take that wired ribbon that's down at the bottom and I slowly bring it up. The two open end pieces, whoops, are right here. I put them through this little loophole. I just put them through there, slide them through like so. And it catches. Now I pull. I pull, 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 pull. I keep the ribbon safely in between there, guys, and I just pull as tight as I can. Pull, pull, pull. And then what I do is, and everybody does it different, I take the two pieces I just pulled, double check them, and then I tie it like you would a shoestring without making a loop. I just make a little knot. I take it and I tie it all the way down there to make sure it is tight. Then I take it and pull it out. And there I have my bow ready to fluff out. I pull one more time, I tug on that baby really tight, okay? Make sure, twist it. I do whatever I have to do to make sure it's secure, okay? I take the two pieces that I just knotted. Let me fix my ribbon here. I take them now, separate them, and I'm gonna bring them behind here on both sides to the back. And then I'm just going to take them carefully, grab it, and I'm just gonna twist, twist. I twist away from my body. Twist, twist, twist. And there's my bow that I'm getting ready to fluff out. So let's fluff it. This is the fun part for me. This is the part that I like to play with. I take the bottom piece, I put my finger through it, and then I take the next one and I kind of like pull away. I pull them away. I take the next two, I pull them away, and I just kind of move fast through this, guys. So moving right along here. This is, like I said, this is the fun part for me because this is where I began to play with the bow and just do different things. Here's my tail down here. Okay, I haven't lost sight of it. And I haven't lost sight of my wired ribbon. Oh, not my wired ribbon, but my piece of wire that I'm gonna be needing here in a few minutes. And I just keep playing with it. As you can see, it's starting to come about. I'll show you here in a minute. It's gonna look so cute on the Disney wreath. I cannot wait to show y'all the whole entire wreath. I've had the Bowdabra system since the 1990s, believe it or not. Back in the 90s, they had an infomercial on it. And I went to my local craft store, Garden Ridge Pottery, back in Texas, and they actually had them for sale. So I bought one. So I've been having this one for a really, really long time. And that piece that I cut off on the top, I'm gonna show you what I do with it. So I'm gonna play with it a little bit more when it gets onto the actual wreath, but this little piece right here that I cut, all I do is tuck it under. I keep it long enough so I can just tuck it under and kind of hide it. And then I fluff this. And like I said, you can play with it more once you get it on whatever project that you want to place it on. Get this, that. It's looking cute. Okay, I'm really excited about it. Okay, I'm gonna play with it a little bit more, but there's the gist of it. I think it's so cute. I'm gonna take my tails. I'm going to cut them in half. Okay, there's my tails. Now look, I wanna show you something. Do you see how I have one faced up correctly and the other one faced wrong? I just take it, I come to the back, and I just give it a little twist. That's all. Grab my wire, and then as you can see, they're facing correct. Now, you can leave your tails like this, or you can take them and fold them each in half. All I did was take it and fold it, and I'm just gonna give it a fishtail. I cut on the side that I folded, and I'm just gonna give it a little fishtail or mermaid tail, whatever you wanna call it. And I do the same over here, okay? And then I come back and I look at it and I see that it needs a little bit more work. Needs a little more TLC. Now that I cut the fishtails on there. This bow just, I don't know, it makes me think of Disney. I think it's because of the polka dots and just the colors. I love Disney during Christmas time. It's our favorite time to go, guys. And I hope to be sharing some Disney news with y'all soon. We'll have to just wait and see. Okay, let's see here. Here is the bow. I see one little area I want to fix. Like I said, I'm gonna put it up there. Woo, I got sparkle all over me. Okay, there's the bow, guys. There's the tail. And that's how it came out using the Bowdabra. And I recommend this little girl. She makes all my bows for me because my hands can crimp up with me trying to assemble them with my hands. But there it is. I'm gonna put it on the wreath and we're gonna check out this wreath here in a minute together. I wanted to show y'all the end results, guys, of the snowman wreath and Santa Claus wreath that I kind of put together before I showed y'all the Disney wreath. But this is the end result of this one. And I'll go ahead and step out of the camera and kind of zoom in for y'all so y'all can see it a lot better. So let's see here if I can zoom in and then y'all can see how it came out. So there is Santa Claus. He's tucked there in the window. I'm gonna kind of take the camera off its tripod for y'all. But there's Santa Claus. He's tucked in there in the window. And then I just added bows and ribbons. And I just added a little bit of Christmas bulbs there. And down here I put the Let It Snow and the little jingle balls. I had some jingle balls there. So there it is. That is how the Santa Claus / snowman one came out. And then on each side, of course, I have my Gideon candles. And then I have a tree over here that we have up all year long. It's just not turned on yet because the timer hasn't clicked on yet. But there it is, and I think it came out great. Are y'all ready to see the Disney one? Ta-da! There it is. There's the Disney one. There's Mickey and Minnie, and I even put little polka dotted ornaments on there, guys, and I made a Disney ear ornament to put up at the top. But I'm gonna take the camera off the tripod and bring the camera much closer for y'all so y'all can kind of see a little bit more of the detail. But let me back it up a little bit. But there it is, and I put a Merry Christmas sign down at the bottom. And then there is all those little ribbons that I cut out, the 13-inch ribbons. I just, you know, tied them in there on the little ties. And then I just put a little bit of what you would call some Christmas roping. And I just kind of went around. And there's Mickey. He's so cute. And then up there I put a ball. And then this, guys, I made. Dan actually took these bulbs and cut them off at the bottom so they would lay flat on the ornament. And I just kind of, you know, thought that would be a little bit better, and it worked out great. So there is a giant Minnie Mouse ornament with a bow, and I made a couple more of these. And then there is that bow that we made with the Bowdabra sitting right there. And then of course there's Minnie Mouse looking all dapper. And then I just continued to take, see this bow right here? I just took the rest of the ribbon and just kind of like, you know, weaved it into different parts of the wreath and just kind of hit it at different spots, as you can see, and just weaved it in there. But there it is. Dan's gonna go on ahead and put it on the fireplace mantle area for me. I will include a quick little image of that at the end of this video. But yeah, there it is, and I love it, love it, love it. So guys, I hope y'all enjoyed this little quick tutorial on how to make this Disney wreath. Yes, it took me 3 days to complete it, but it was well worth it because I think the end result is just absolutely beautiful, and I love it a lot. So guys, if you're not already a Life in Disney Mouseketeer, you can feel free to hit this little subscribe button down below. And if you are a Life in Disney Mouseketeer, thank you so much for subscribing. And thank you so much, guys, for taking out the time today to watch this video, as I know that we all have busy lives, so I appreciate the time that you've given me today. So till next time, y'all take care, y'all have a magical day and a magical week, and I will see y'all later, Mouseketeers.